stand to support and contribute to this very important issue. Unemployment, Mr. President, is a serious national problem. It's a problem that affects every one of us here, directly or indirectly. There is no doubt that all of us seated here, we have thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of graduates roaming the streets, and when we go home, we see pressure from them. So I think this is an issue that demands that all of us take very seriously by providing solutions as to how to reduce unemployment in our country. I was just discussing with my colleague here that one of the major achievements of our government, I'm talking about the federal government, was the effort of President Muhammadu Buhari in making sure that the iron and steel complex is back into business. Iron and steel complex alone is capable of employing over 25,000 people. But today, I doubt if they have up to 500 people working at iron and steel complex at Jakarta. It was abandoned by previous administration. And I think in discussing unemployment, we must take into consideration effort that is being made by some state governments on one hand and the federal government. The iron and steel complex, when it was initiated, was supposed to have about 40,000 workers. Some few months ago, I was in iron and steel complex at Jakarta. And I want to urge my colleagues here, if any of you have the time to visit iron and steel complex, you pity the country called Nigeria. Therefore, Mr. President, there's no enough time that is allocated that we can say it's just been enough to discuss unemployment. And when you talk about unemployment, I think it goes beyond the federal government. State governments must be encouraged to look at what they can do by setting up small-scale industries. One of the strengths and power of China today was the number of small-scale enterprises that are available. Yesterday, Mr. President, I was in my house and more than 4 different banks came to me and they were telling me to fill forms and take money just because I'm back to the Senate. These are people I spoke to some months back to appeal to them to give me facility to run my business. They were not forthcoming. In essence, Mr. President, banks in Nigeria, they contributed in no small measure to the problem of unemployment in Nigeria. They refused to give facility to small-scale industries. Of course, when they see you as a politician, Nigerian banks are easily available to you, asking to siphon public funds and give to them. But you tell them to give you money to run business. Nigerian banks will not give it to you. The graduates are roaming the street. Some of them have ideas as to how to be self-employed. But the facilities are not just there for them. There are quite a number of young enterprising Nigerians today looking at how to raise funds to run business. Even to go into agriculture, Nigerian banks are not ready to give them facility. So I think the problem is a complex problem. And we must not just look at the state and federal government alone. Let's just look at the banking sector. What is happening to Nigerian banks? Nigerian banks will not give you facility. Now, if you're asking people to be self-employed, to be employed, how do they get facility to run their business? Nigerian banks have serious conditions. They will give you conditions that you cannot meet. And when they even offer you the facility, they'll be asking for 30%, 40% interest. So I think in addressing unemployment, we must not just talk about or encouraging state government and federal government to provide funding. We must look at source of facility. Funding is important. And I think it is not out of place if we look at the possibility of coming out with a blueprint, the kind of conditions that should be in place to encourage young graduates so that they can be on their own. Unemployment, Mr. President, is the problem of Nigeria.
Okay, yeah.